Hello friends, welcome back to the channel Writing Buddha. So today we are going to talk about the book 100 Little Flames written by Preeti Shenoy. So the book that I have carries a old cover page of the book because this is the first version when the book got published in 2017, whereas now if you will go and buy it on Amazon or say a bookstore, you will get a new cover page of this book. And talking about Preeti Shenoy, first I would say that she is one of my favorite authors in India, and I like reading her books because she is the only one who portrays the characters of women so beautifully in her book, and it is through her books that I started understanding how a woman thinks about her relationship, her life, for her parents, for her baby. And that is why every time Preeti Shenoy comes up with a new book, I ensure that I go and purchase it and read it as soon as possible. I don't know why this one took me 3 years to finally pick it from my shelf and read. So but now that I'm done reading, I'm very happy. But let me tell you, this one is not about the women characters that she generally writes about. This book has two male protagonists. One is Ayan and one is his grandfather Gopal. So it mainly talks about both his characters. So Preeti Shenoy has described their personalities so well that the character formation happens so beautifully that you just start loving both these characters. Even when Gopal is little annoying initially, or say in the first half of the book, but still you are possessed by him because of the kind of character formation the authors have done for them. So the whole story and the whole plot has been executed so well. The characters have been formed so beautifully that they look someone from your real life, because you have seen grandfathers who keep on, you know, irritating people, and then you see people around you who have to spend so much of time with their grandparents even when they know they are annoying, just because they love and they are good, genuine people. And not even for once did I feel that this book is fiction, because of the kind of genuineness and the kind of development of characters, the respective flashbacks that author takes us to. Everything makes it look so natural, and even the supporting characters in this book does well. So there are many supporting characters. Let me tell you, the author also had 360 pages to develop them, but still the supporting characters also have a very beautiful role in the story, and you will remember many of them even after finishing the book. So that's the beauty of how the characters, the plot, the story has been written. And another thing that I would like to mention is the locality, the ambience the author have chosen for this book, because while reading this story you would not like it to be a part of any metro city. So accordingly author has written it in an ambience of a village setup somewhere in Kerala, and even when the story a little bit moves out of it, it goes to Pondicherry. So all these locations are very beautifully described. Their people, their culture, the food, delicacies, the sunrise, sunset, the overall climate, the nature there. So author makes you feel that you are part of that beautiful serene environment, and you are not sitting in a metro city like Mumbai or Delhi and reading that book. So, and also I can understand the kind of research author must have gone through to understand the location and try to imbibe all their qualities into the book, so in order to make the readers feel that they are also sitting at that location and enjoying it as. And because now that I am done reading this book, I feel that I have visited Kerala and come back. So that is the kind of feeling author has given through her beautiful research on the locality and the development of even that along with the story. वैसे तो I say that Preeti Shenoy is very philosophical in all her books, but this time she has gone to next level philosophy, because here you are getting to understand two versions, one from a person who is from our generation, and one is the person from a generation which is two level upper than the one she's talking about through Ayan. And both these characters does give so many ideologies out there that you keep on thinking, and there are many such conversations between Ayan and Gopal that gives so many enlightening moments that you think, oh, why didn't I see my life in the same perspective as they are talking about? So it is very well done, and I must say that the philosophical part in this book is very, very beautiful. You can highlight many of the sentences. There are many beautiful quotes in the book that you can turn into the memes and share with your friends. Now talking about the romantic story that she has also tried to develop along with the tale of Ayan and Gopal is the relationship between Gopal and Rohini when Gopal was young and Rohini was also, and this is done through diary entries of Gopal. Yes, so there comes a phase in this book, and that is the majority section about it, where Ayan gets to read the diary entries of his grandfather when he was young, and there Rohini gets mentioned, and the way the relationship during that phase, during those generations is defined, makes you feel so beautiful. Means I can say there is not even a single kissing scene, and still the book talks about that romantic relationship throughout, and it also makes us go back and think the kind of relationship previous generations used to have, and now like we have, where we sleep first and then we think if we are good to go about it or not. So that the chemistry between both the characters is very well executed, and you feel why we don't have to get to experience such beautiful relationships anymore. Author has also talked about many social elements through her story, not trying to preach anything, but you get to understand about the psychic of the people, and then you understand why such things are happening with us. So the first thing that I would like to say, that with which the story starts also, how a person who is jobless or not doing well is judged in the cities as per his social status, whereas people in the villages just accept you wholeheartedly, not by the designation that you carry with you, but just because you are a good person, and just because they are very good person, and they just don't have to judge anyone by what they are doing, but what they are. And that is one thing that author has talked about throughout her first half of the story. Then the second half is about the second point, the second social element that author talks about is how people have started sending their parents to mental asylum or old age home just because of their lust for property and all of that. And that really made me feel very awkward while reading that. How can people be so bad and to do something like that? And that sequence, when you will read, you will feel so very bad for Ayan when he goes to chase his grandfather Gopal, and the whole section is very thought provoking, and you will have to think it twice. Why do people go through this path and do this with their parents? Then there is also another part where it is shown how few parents don't care about their child's emotion just because for their greed of getting into the power. They don't think about their children ever. They just want the social status, and that is why they make their child do something which he or she is not interested in, and that is also very nicely highlighted in the book. The last social element and the main social element that Preeti Shenoy generally writes about, and that is what has made her famous, and it is about mental health issue. She has also tried to cover that somewhere, and very beautifully done. You get to understand what the person goes through and what the people close to such person has to experience, and how they have to be a support for people going through such phases. Now, talking about the drawbacks of the book, unfortunately there are few. I wished that climax was little happier, because the book of 360 pages, you read it and then you want something in the end that can make you smile, but there is a moment, but then there is also a moment that takes it away from you. So climax could have been little more happier. Then I also felt that pre-climax and climax are just closed like that and very abruptly. Author could have given a very beautiful closure to the relationship of whatsoever that she has invested so much of pages in the book. So that is another thing that I feel about. Third, I would say that there are few mistakes in the date stamps when the diary part is there, but that is avoidable. That is not such a big issue. Fourth, I would say that Ayan and Shivani's relationship could have been justified little more. I think there was potential there, but author just did not give it much chance out there. And lastly, I would say that the synopsis of the book does not do justice. Yeah, so whatsoever you read here, when you will read it in a bookstore, you will feel that this story not exciting, whereas the story is very beautiful and it makes you a better person after reading the book. So I think the synopsis does not do justice with the story. Overall, this is a very feel-good book. You will start thinking about the relationship you had or have, and why don't we see relationships so beautifully as the previous generations used to. Also, you will start looking at old aged people differently. You will understand that they were also young sometimes. They also had relationships, emotions. They also had some agendas, beautiful agendas, and you will start sitting with them and spending more time. So I give this book 4.5 stars, and I urge all of you to please read this. Yeah, it will take some time because it is 360 pages and it is very slowly paged out, but once you will finish it, you will feel a very beautiful feeling that I am feeling right now. So yeah, if you like this review, please do subscribe to the channel and like and share it as much as possible. Thanks a lot.